Friends, if you ask any ball earther to give one proof of round earth, they will say that shadow of the earth is falling on the moon during lunar eclipse. They think the eclipse is a good point for ball earth. But today I will discuss all the points of both the eclipse and show you that it is this eclipse strongly prove that earth is a flat. How? Let's see with their first point. What is their first point? They say कि shadow of the planet fall, shadow of the earth fall on the moon. Here, if we do the experiment that one ball, shadow of a one ball over another ball cannot be curved. It is always straight line. Only shadow of a ball when falling on a flat plane, that will result in a curved shadow. Let's see the one experiment. Here you will see this man is doing one experiment, ball and ball earth and ball moon. Now see whether this shadow of the earth is curved or straight. Look, it is straight. It is not curved. Okay. It is straight. Again, he is going some distance. Let's see now whether it is now curved or straight. Look, again it is straight line. So only shadow over a ball, it always be straight line. But what these astronauts of NASA do, they, to fool us, they use a picture of moon behind this their experiment. The picture of moon is a flat plane, and over that they project shadow of a ball earth. But they should have used ball moon, but instead of that they are using flat picture of the moon. How they are fooling us. So this number one point is not a valid point for ball earth point. Point number two, why there is no eclipse in every month? As we know, solar eclipse happens when sun, moon and earth in a straight line. But that time also it is a new moon period. So why in every new moon in Amavasya, why there is no solar eclipse? Again, in full moon time, why earth's shadow is not falling on the moon? For that, they have one explanation. False explanation, fake explanation. What is that? As many people think that moon is rotating at the middle of the earth once in a 27.3 days. No, that is wrong. As per heliocentric model, this moon is rotating around earth by making one 5-degree angle to its axis. Earth is tilted 23.5 degree and moon is also making a 5-degree angle. So moon is going to north pole up to 28.5 latitude and south pole up to 28.5 south latitude. And that's why moon's Uttarayan and Dakshinayan happen by 13.65 days. almost 14 days, moon goes to north and moon goes to south. This is Uttaran and Dakhinan. I have separate video for that, you can watch it. Now let's see why their explanation. They are saying that this time, look carefully, sun and moon and earth in a straight line, that's why solar eclipse is happening. And when earth and sun, earth and moon in a straight line, then lunar eclipse is happening. Here in this month, why it is not happening? They are saying as moon is rotating in a 5-degree angle, then moon's shadow is not falling on the earth. That is why solar eclipse is not happening every month. Same for lunar eclipse. As they are not in a straight line, that is why earth's shadow is not falling on the moon. But look careful now, look minutely. You see, they are not in a straight line. Earth, moon and sun is not on a straight line. How is that possible? Why they are not in a straight line? Even they are not in a straight line, that stage should not be new moon state. That should be waning crescent moon. Look at here, waning crescent moon, how earth, moon and sun making an angle. That is why we are seeing waning crescent moon, or next waxing crescent moon. They are making one angle. When they are in a straight line, that time only we see new moon. So but during solar eclipse, new moon is a must. So how, when you have to make new moon and not solar eclipse, but you are here using waning crescent moon. So when this moon will move towards straight line, making straight line, that time solar eclipse will happen and new moon happen. If there is no new moon, there is no question of solar eclipse. So how they are explaining this 5-degree angle? No matter how much angle you make, moon has to go to north and south. Then there should be, every month there should be solar eclipse either in north pole, either in south pole, either in equator. Otherwise this solar eclipse and lunar eclipse should have happened only in equator, but we see lunar eclipse, solar eclipse happening in north pole, south pole, everywhere solar eclipse, lunar eclipse happens. So their explanation is just to fool us. We are not looking minutely into this, and that is why they are fooling us. Next point, how this solar eclipse is total solar eclipse takes 4 to 10 minutes, or lunar eclipse takes almost 1 hour. As we know, this eclipse happens not due to the spin of the earth. It is due to the earth's rotation around the sun and moon rotation around the earth. These two rotations, these two speed are equal during lunar eclipse and solar eclipse. But how this time difference? What is the calculation between this? They will say the shadow of the earth is larger than the shadow of the moon. But that is not the case. Over the moon, we saw a small round earth, same size shadow fall on the moon, and here moon's shadow fall on the earth. So this kind of time difference and explanation is not there in heliocentrism. Next, how this parallel rays of the sun suddenly converging. When you are explaining eclipse, you converging this light. How is that possible? Means when you are explaining Eratosthenes experiment, you are saying the sun rays is parallel, and when we see on the sky, it is divergent. But when you are explaining our solar eclipse or lunar eclipse, you diverging the light of the sun. Why there should not be any light in where written umbra, penumbra? uh, this upper portion, lower portion, what there should not be any light? Why you giving us picture of this conversion? This is not possible. Show us in a parallel rays, explain in a parallel rays how the shadow of the moon is falling on the earth. Next point, many many spectral analysis have done, and it is found that during solar eclipse, moon sometimes is not near to that instant. That is actually the case. Moon is not there. So how without moon this lunar eclipse, solar eclipse can happen? Point number 6, earth sign. What do we mean by earth sign? Look, as heliocentrism say that light of the sun fall on the moon, and moon gives us this bright light during full moon time. Same should be happen with the planet earth. Planet earth should have emit its light. So during solar eclipse, the back side of the moon, which is we see black, that side should be lit up by the earth sign. Earth sign will reflect of the sun from the earth to the moon. Then earth should be, then some moon black side should be lit up, because earth is a bigger object and its light should reach to the moon. If moon light is reaching to the earth, then why earth light cannot reach to the moon? There must be near, no? Because this moon light is reaching to us. Then there should be earth sign, but we don't see that. Never we see that. Earth sign never reaches to the back side of the moon during solar eclipse. So how is that not then happening? Our next point, we see that this periodicity of the lunar eclipse happen in a 18-year cycle. After 18 years, same kind type of lunar eclipse or solar eclipse happen at almost same places in a circle of 18 years. So how they are explaining this 18-year concept? Earth and moon all is rotating same speed all time, and in every month there is not happening this solar eclipse, lunar eclipse. But how this 18-year cycle is maintaining? Next, how almost after every 6 months, 5 to 6 months, solar eclipse happen. Let's see. If you see the time of lunar eclipse or solar eclipse is happening in a solar eclipse is happening, look here, in April, then October, the black dot. In April solar eclipse, 8 April, then October, again in March, then September, again in February, then August, again in February, then August, again in January, then July, again in January, then June, July. So this is almost 5 to 6 months gap is there. Why it is not 8 months? Why it is not 9 months gap? Why it is not 1 year gap. Why it is always, most 99% cases it is 6 months gap? Why? The heliocentrism cannot explain this. Now see, during this, sometimes lunar eclipse really happen in a consecutive months. I'll show the hue here. Look, here September one lunar eclipse is happening, partial lunar eclipse, and in October again a lunar eclipse is happening. So there is a chance, there is a incident of happening lunar eclipse in a consecutive months. What I am telling you earlier, the why every month lunar eclipse is not happening, but that happens. Sometimes that happens, sometimes that do not happen, doesn't happen. So this periodicity of the 6 months for solar eclipse and not consecutive, sometimes consecutive for lunar eclipse cannot be and can explained in heliocentric model. Now the another strong point of fakery of this heliocentrism, this Selenian solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse. What is this? This time moon and sun both are visible from the earth and lunar eclipse is happening. How is that possible? If earth's shadow has to fall on the moon, then sun has to be below this earth. But here I'm showing one video. Let's see this man. What is his name? What is saying?
On a globe model like we're talking.
December 10th, about 6:30 in the morning. It's about 18 degrees out here, and we're standing on top of Poke Mounds, just east of St. Louis. Behind me is a full moon, which will soon be.
As you can see, the moon in the background hasn't been eclipsed yet.
Lunar eclipse as it sets.
This is a Selenian eclipse. Try to say that 3 times fast. As you can see, the sun is coming up in the background at the same time. Okay, so here's the eclipse. Now, if you look at the eclipse, it's eclipsed the wrong way. The sun is rising, and the Earth should be blocking the bottom of the moon, not the top of the moon. So it doesn't make any sense. Now, watch this guy try to explain it. It's kind of funny, actually. I got to give him credit because he got up early, and he's, doing his thing.
The moon there, we can still see it just a little bit. What I find very interesting is I was expecting the shadow to come upward across the moon as it would go down and it would pass into shadow, and actually it's going the other way around. The shadow, as the moon is here, the shadow is creeping down across the moon, even though the sun's coming up over here, and that must be because of the moon's rotation around the Earth. It's moving farther up, even though the sun's light is actually coming from over there. It's actually coming underneath the Earth. So if you imagine, the sun is here, the Earth is here, and the moon is back here. This light was coming under the Earth, but the moon must be rotating around even though we're turning, so it looks like the moon is going down. It's kind of an optical.
Look, this man is failed to explain how this shadow of this, during this shadow of this earth is falling top of this moon, while it is not lower side of the moon. That it is not possible. Okay, this proved wrong in a heliocentrism. There must be something wrong in heliocentrism model. Earth's shadow, which is falling, coming from this, should be in a lower side of the moon, because moon is setting and earth is rising same time. They use reflection, but that is a wrong point. Now the color of the moon, they said the blood moon is happening due to light reflection of the earth, shadow and light mixing up, but they cannot reproduce this incident in a practical condition. throw different kind of light, red, blue, as much different color you want to throw on a ball, and you show us how that color shadow is becoming that red color. A solid object shadow always should be gray or black. There cannot be a reddish kind of shadow, but they explain different kind of things, and we accept that. This moon color is doubtful. Their explanation is not acceptable. Now the next point: what is the direction of this shadow and moon entering into this moon during the lunar eclipse? Here, during, look the date, 18 November 2022, I have seen this, recorded this moons and shadows movement. Here the building you are seeing, it is my east, and the left side is my north, and right side is my south. I have seen, look the time, 17:33. Now look after few minutes. Here 17:43. Moon is going towards north and shadow is going towards south. Now after 47, 5:47. Now see the moon as if going towards the north, but shadow remains at the south end. So how this moon is going north? During this lunar eclipse, Earth's shadow is coming from north to the south. Here also Rob Skiba, he has done one experiment during 27th September 2015 lunar eclipse with his compass. You can see his video in YouTube. He also see that this shadow of the earth is coming from the north. How is that possible? As in lunar eclipse, they always say this earth is moving from east to west. Earth is moving west to east, or moon is also moving west to east. Then how this north south movement of the shadow and moon is happening? They cannot explain in this. Let's see one video regarding this. Let's watch it carefully. Look here, what this the sticker put, the upper portion of the earth is the west of the earth, and the below side is east. So here look, upper portion of the earth is west and lower portion is the east. Now this moon should have entered from west to east, not north and south, and the shadow of the planet should enter from to the moon from east to west. That should have been the case, but why this north south movement is of the moon is happening? The next very vital point, this one point, single point can destroy heliocentricity. Whenever solar eclipse happen, shadow of the moon falling on the earth, this shadow moves from west to east. But why we know that earth is rotating from west to east, we see sunrise and moonrise. Then shadow, as sun is coming from the east, moon is coming from the east, then shadow should come from east to west. But actual thing, what happened in real life, real situation? Shadow of this solar eclipse of the moon goes from west to east. How that possible? You search in YouTube, Google, they cannot explain that things. How is that possible? Let's see that video again. Here I'm showing you. Here is the look. Here, look here. Okay, this is solar eclipse. This is this is this is solar eclipse. This portion. Look here. Moon shadow, as this red sticker where Earth is written, that side is west of the Earth. Here upper side is the east of the Earth. So when this solar eclipse is happening, the shadow, how it is going from west to east. Look carefully. Earth is moving from west to east, spinning but anti-clockwise. Moon is going from west to east. Moon is going from west to east. Here so moon shadow should go from, here is showing west to, this side is west, but now see the actual point. This earth is moving, spinning many faster than this rotation of the moon. Moon is moving very slowly because it complete one rotation by 27.3 days. But this earth, though in this picture you are seeing the shadow of the moon is going from west of the earth to east of the earth, because you are saying here earth is stationary. If earth was stationary, then shadow of the moon should go from west to east. But now this earth is moving from west to east. You rotate this, spin this earth, which is way faster than the speed of the moon. Then what will happen? Then shadow must come from east to west. If you spin faster this earth, before this, the speed of this shadow, the speed of the moon, the speed of the earth is faster. Then the shadow must come from east to west. Are you getting my point? I hope you are getting my point. The spin of the earth is faster, so this shadow of the moon must come from east to west. But actually what practically we see? Shadow come from west to east. How west to east possible? If earth is stationary. If earth is spinning faster, then shadow should come from east to west. They explain that moon speed is that they try to fool us using this moon speed. But if you carefully, very thoughtfully watch this, you will realize that shadow of the moon during solar eclipse must come from east to west, because earth is spinning very fast than moon and moon its shadow. So this point destroy this heliocentrism model. Nobody can explain this. Now let's see what are the points regarding this flat earth? Can flat earth explain all these 10 to 12 points I have told you? Before knowing this flat earth, as per flat earth model, how that happens, lunar eclipse and solar eclipse happen due to Rahu and Ketu. What is Rahu and Ketu? This this is our model. After this flat earth, first two planets are rotating are Rahu and Ketu. Above that we have sun, and above that we have moon. So when they two objects rotate over each other, one Rahu and Ketu block sun and moon. That is why we got solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. But if you have watched my previous video, you must know by now where is zodiac signs. Zodiac signs Cancer at the north of this flat earth, Gemini and Cancer, then Leo, Virgo, Libra, and at the outer circle, at this north, at that southern region, we have Sagittarius and Capricorn zodiac. Please watch my previous video for more details. This moon and sun is rotating over this flat earth, and below that we have Rahu and Ketu. This Rahu and Ketu is blocking the sun and moon. How this sun is moving? The zodiac is moving, but the sun is going by 6 months. It is going from north to south of the flat earth, and by next 6 months it is coming from south to north. This is Uttarayan and Dakshinayan of the sun, and that movement happens for every planet. Like this violet color, this pink size of the circle is getting bigger and bigger. By that the sun is going outer south, that is south third movement, that is Dakshinayan. When the sun is going again by this coming towards north, it is northward movement or Uttarayan. So this blue line is Tropic of Cancer, green line is Tropic of Equator, and red line is Tropic of Capricorn. So anybody here, I have drawn one orange color portion over flat earth. If sometime he will see rising of the sun from A, and some after 3 months he will see rising of the sun from B, that is east, and after 3 months he will see rising of the sun from C, which is southeast. From northeast to southeast, that movement is 6 months for sun. This kind of movement is happening to every planet. For this kind of movement, sun takes 1 year for complete rotation from north, south, again north. For moon, it is 27.3 days. For Mars, it is 1.88 years. Mercury 88 days. This I should have used this one. Yes. Saturn, it takes 29.5 years. If you divide it by 2, it will be 14.75 years. Venus, 2 to 4.7 days. If you divide it by 2 for Uttarayan and Dakshinayan, it will be 112 days. Likewise, Mars, 11.2 months. For Moon, it will be 27.3, then 13.65, and for Sun, it will be 6 months. Now Rahu Ketu. Rahu Ketu is 18.6 years for north to south to north. So for one movement for north to south, that will take 9.3 years for Rahu and Ketu. And Rahu and Ketu are always in 180 degree distance. When Rahu will be at north at Tropic of Cancer, then Ketu will be at Tropic of Capricorn. When Ketu will be at Tropic of Cancer, then Rahu will be at Tropic of Capricorn. They always maintain 180-degree distance from each other, and both have same speed, and both are rotating this, they are going clockwise. Sun, moon, what they do, they go from this blue circle Tropic of Cancer to equator, then to Capricorn, and then they came back from Capricorn to equator, then to Cancer, blue circle. But Rahu Ketu, what they does, they move from red circle to green to blue, that is their, and the same time when they are moving outward, but Rahu and Ketu move in opposite direction. Now, to understand this, we must know that how much time this Sun and Moon and this Rahu Ketu are taking to complete this one rotation. To complete this one rotation, Sun is taking 24 hours 3 minutes 56 second, and Moon is taking 24 hours 52 minutes some 34 seconds. And Rahu and Ketu, they are also rotating. They took 24 hours 50 minutes 59 minutes. So Rahu and Ketu completing one rotation in a very slow speed than Sun, but it is almost same. For Moon it is 24.52 minutes. For Rahu Ketu it is 24 hours 59 minutes. Only 7 minutes gap is there between Moon and Rahu, but almost 1 hour gap between Sun and Rahu. Now let's see how this let's see each point how this prove good in flat earth model. Here some video has been taken from aeroplane during this lunar eclipse. They have saw this some black object covering this moon, sun, which is not the moon. You can see this in a YouTube video. There you can also see. Now what are our point, why solar eclipse is happening almost by every 6 months. Look, now suppose one day when Rahu at blue circle and Ketu at this red circle, means Rahu at Cancer and Ketu at Capricorn. They moved very slowly. They took 9.3 years from blue to red, red to blue. But Sun, it takes only 6 months. Now suppose this Rahu at this Tropic of Cancer and Sun is also rotating over Tropic of Cancer. That time there would be one solar eclipse. Now the Sun will go to outer circle Tropic of Cancer by 6 months, but there he will find Ketu. So due to Ketu, after 6 months again there will be one solar eclipse, but not exactly 6 months. Why? Because Ketu is also moved little bit, though it is 9.3 years, but that time Ketu will be moving little bit, so not exactly 6 months, by 5.5 or 6 months, that time again there will be one solar eclipse. again the sun will after 6 months will reach to Rahu, the north zone. Then again there will be that time may not be Cancer, maybe already Rahu has been moved to Leo. Then at Leo there would be another solar eclipse. So by 6 months there is a periodicity of solar eclipse, not by 7 months, not by 8 months, because sun complete 180 degree by 6 months, and Rahu Ketu difference is also 180 degree, but not exact. Why not exactly 6 months? Because by that time Rahu Ketu also shift their position little bit. Now, how this round shape of the lunar eclipse? This is shadow. This is two object. If two object pass cover each other, that time their structure, actual structure, can cover other structure that can be round. Shadow of a ball cannot be round on a ball, but two round object covering each other, actual round object, we can consider that as a shadow, but that is not shadow. That is a shadow planet. That is a object. Rahu Ketu are objects. Their structure actually round, and moon is round. So this round shadow kind of things what we see from the earth is possible, because here no question of falling shadow on each other. Here two object is covering each other. So these 2 points exactly match. And again, why this lunar eclipse is not happening in every month in flat earth model? Because moon is rotating and in a faster speed from this blue circle to red circle, from this Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn, by only almost 14 days, 13.65 days, this movement of the moon is happening. So moon is, there are so many blank space than this Rahu Ketu. So moon go between this blank space from the Rahu. That is why not every month lunar eclipse is not happening, but sometimes 2 consecutive months lunar eclipse may happen if that touches the Rahu or Ketu. And always remember, don't forget that all of these planets track is bowl shaped. They are not flat. They are all sun's track, moon's track, Rahu Ketu's track always are this bowl shaped. That is why we see different kind of lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. Now we will now move to the next point. How this 4 minute and 1 hour lunar eclipse is happening. Now, as I have told you, the Rahu complete one rotation by 24.59 minutes, and Sun taking 24 hours 3 minutes. So Sun is faster. So during solar eclipse, what happens? Sun crosses the Sun overtakes the Rahu or Ketu. Sun overtake Rahu and Ketu. That time solar eclipse happen. And to overtake, total time for solar eclipse is almost 5 to 6 hours. But this sun size, which is 0.5 angular size, to cover this 0.5 angular size in totality, it can cover only 4 to 10 minutes. That actually matches with the calculation in flat earth model. Now, why this moon lunar eclipse is so 1 hour? Why it is 1 hour? Because they both speed of the Rahu and Ketu and the moon to complete one rotation almost same. Though southward northward movement is way faster for moon, it is only 14 days and it is 9.3 years for Rahu and Ketu. So moon when the shadow the Rahu when catches the moon, then they, they will, if one catches, they will take almost 22 hours to 23 hours 4 hours to get out from this Rahu and Ketu. But that does not happen. Then one question, how flat earth can explain this? If moon and Rahu speed are almost equal, when they will catch each other and rotate simultaneously, then it will take longer time for moon to came out from this uh, covering of Rahu and Ketu. Then how by 1 hours moon is going outward from total eclipse to how moon is going. Now let's see some experiment. Here I will show you some experiment. Look, why this light is not video. Okay, now look here, suppose my light of this mobile is a sunlight. Now that coin is a Rahu. Now sun is coming and shadow is also going, Rahu is also going, but this time sun cover fully. So that is solar eclipse. Now this sun is going moving faster. Okay, sun is going faster. Then shadow in this picture you must see this side is our east, this side is our west, this is north, this is south, this is north, this is south, this is west, this is east. Now let's see how this shadow of the solar eclipse is going from west to east. What we observe in reality. Look, sun is coming from this east. Now it catches the Rahu and it overtaking Rahu. How this shadow of the Rahu is going? It is going from west of the earth to east of the earth. This is west, this is east. So from west to east, this shadow will go. Both are going. Sun is going east from east to west. The Rahu is going east to west. But as sun is overtaking this Rahu, shadow of this Rahu is falling from going from west to east. That actually matches with the practical things. Flat Earth is a true model and it will match. No question of unmatching. Now let's see what happened during this lunar eclipse. As I told you, if it moon and Rahu is coming and their one time rotation speed is almost same, then almost 23 hours and 24 hours moon will be covered by this Rahu. Moon cannot leave because their speed is almost same. It is not the sun that have greater speed who can overtake, but moon cannot overtake. Then after entering into the area of Rahu, moon cannot leave. Then how moon going from this earth? Because moon moves from this north to south. Moon takes only 14 days. Moon every day moon moves 12 degree. So what moon does, moon Earth, Rahu is moving like this, but Moon is moving like towards north or towards south. Movement is not like actual rotation. Moon is spiral shaped, so it will come from the north or south from the Rahu and Ketu. So what I was telling you, that how this thing, that how did shadow end up coming from the north? Because moon shifting towards this south. That is it is in, that is we are seeing this here in my experiment. What I showed you, that this moon is going towards north, to the left side, that is our north side. Now let's see how that happening. Moon is going towards north, that is why this north south movement of the shadow and moon happening. That cannot be explained in heliocentrism, only can be explained in flat earth model. Because moon shifting from north to shift is faster, way faster than this Rahu and Ketu. But north south shift is not possible in sun, because sun takes 6 months, which is a long time. Sun overtake Rahu Ketu, but moon shifted to north and south. That is why this north south movement of the shadow of the moon, of the Rahu Ketu happens. Now let me explain, prove you how this movement is not so. Look at the date. 8 November 2022 was the lunar eclipse day. 8 November. Now see, let's see where was the this is 8 November. This is 8 November. Moon was at Aries. Moon was at Aries. Now let's next day, next 2 days. 10th November, moon goes to Taurus. So moon goes from Aries to Taurus. By 2 days, moon goes from Aries to Taurus. Where is Aries? Aries is 6, Taurus is 4. 6 is our 6 to 4 north. This is north. Center of the flat earth is our north sky. So moon is actually was going during this lunar eclipse period. It was going towards north. That what I have see in my experiment. That this the moon is going towards north and shadow of the Rahu Ketu falling back at south. So it proves. Now let's to Rob's Skiba date, 27th September 2015. Now let's see how what Rob Skiba found there. That how did the shadow end up coming from the north? Shadow is coming from the, like it is, shadow is coming from north. Now see the dates. This is 27 September 2015. Where was moon? Moon was in at Pisces during the lunar eclipse day. Now let's see after 2 days where was moon? Moon was at Aries. So from Pisces moon was going toward Aries. Now let's see where is Pisces, where is Aries. Pisces to Aries, moon is going from 8 to 6. Then moon was moving towards north. This 8 to 6, moon was moving to this north. That is why as if moon is going from north to south, south to north was happening. So I have explained almost everything in flat earth model. How round shape is possible because there are two objects. how 6 months periodicity of possible, how 1 month consecutive 1 month lunar eclipse possible, how 4 minutes in lunar eclipse and 1 hour in lunar eclipse happening. I have already showed you. Now the color of the moon, how this color of the moon is happening. As I, if you have watched my moon phase video, I have told you, due to the heat of the sun, this moon phase change happens. When moon goes near to the, when moon goes near to the earth, that time due to the heat of the sun, structural change happens in moon. Moons become blackish, and when it goes from the sun, distance from the moon and sun when increases, that time heat does not reach to the moon, and moon materials emits its own light, and that time full moon happen. Same thing happens as per Vedic books. I have read it. What they say, as Rahu and Ketu, when sun approach to them, their structure also become blackish, but when they are away from this sun, they are brownish in color. They are shadow planet, transparent shadow kind of filter kind of planet. One, if you use brown filter, that kind of color and structure is Rahu and Ketu. But when they come near to the sun, due to sun's heat, some structural changes happen, and that time they become black. That is why solar eclipse, Rahu and Ketu are black in color, and during lunar eclipse, because they are 180 degree away from the sun, their true color, the brownish color, cover this moon. That is why blood moon is happening. Now this 18 years periodicity, how this 18-year periodicity is happening means after 18 years almost repeating of the same kind of lunar or solar eclipse, because Rahu and Ketu take 18.6 years to complete from north to south to north, and 9.3 if you divide it by 2, so their northward movement takes 9.3 years and southward movements takes 9.3 years. It is 9 years periodicity also is there. By 9 hours you will see almost same kind of lunar eclipse. If you take this 2023, then after 9 years in 32 you will be seeing same number of lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, like in 2009. And after 18 years you will, in this cycle of lunar eclipse and solar eclipse will be almost same. Means what I am trying to say is, if you search the centuries lunar eclipse, look, 2011, then 18 years, 2029, then 18 years, after 18 years 2047, then 2065, there will be a different most number of solar eclipse in a year. So this 18-year cycle is happen in every incident of lunar and solar eclipse. Why? Because this Rahu and Ketu take 18.6 years to come its own position from now what it is now. Today, if you found where is Rahu, and after 18.6 year it will come to its own position. That is why this 18-year periodicity is happening. So to know this flat earth mode, flat earth, lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, which explains everything so beautifully, you must know this structure of this zodiac, how the movement of this planet is happening. Then you can explain. These planets are moving in a over this Mount Meru and to the pole star. They are rotating. That is why we are seeing this lunar eclipse and solar eclipse. So every point, starting from the time to entering the shadow of solar eclipse, shadow of lunar eclipse, color, periodicity, everything matches with the flat earth model. Nothing actually matches with the ball earth model. It destroy ball earth model. If you like this video, please share to the world because people needs to wake up. I'm not asking you just to have one view or one subscription. No, please, I'm giving my time to wake up these people. You please help me. You please make your video. My video is not good. I am not able to use animation good video. You take my information. You make your video. I have no copyright. I want to wake the people of this earth because I love them. Okay, so please help me to spread this out. Thank you.